My name is Sydney Harvey Griffith, and I'm here representing Kinship Earth. Flow funding is an approach to philanthropy that's all about reducing the bureaucracy, the time-intensive nature of accessing resources, giving change makers their time back to do their work. So that means there's no grant applications, there's no extensive reporting requirements. It's all about, again, entrusting grassroots change makers with the resources to deploy in their communities however they see fit. So they're given funds and trusted to deploy them within a 1-year term. And then after they deploy those funds, they're invited to share their stories of impact. And we ask 4 specific questions of what inspired you, what challenged you, what moved you, and what surprised you in your process of flow funding. And then after our flow funders serve their term, we invite them to make recommendations on future flow funders to serve. Bioregions are defined by the natural ecosystems and cultural identities of those who live there versus being defined by political and economic boundaries. So when we do bioregional flow funding, it means that we're giving flow funding grants to change makers who are rooted in their bioregion. They're working on place-based solutions. And we're also giving flow funding grants to groups of grassroots leaders in a given bioregion for them to decide collectively how to deploy that capital to heal their communities. This conference is filled with people who are really committed to healing the challenges that their bioregion faces. They're committed to creating place-based solutions. What I've been noticing are people that are really listening and working to collaborate and coordinate in service of their bioregions. So what's really alive here in the field right now is this coalition building, moving from the corporation to the federation, to figuring out ways to understand what each other's working on so that we can cross-pollinate, cross-promote, support one another, share our spreadsheets, share our budgets, and figure out how are we best equipped to address these challenges. And that also applies in the philanthropic space and in the funding space of instead of competing for resources and conforming to what funders think needs to get resourced, instead, it involves funders trusting those who are on the ground doing the work to use the funds however they see fit, to deploy them when they deem it appropriate to do so. So that can sometimes mean deploying capital faster or deploying capital based on the emergent needs in a given place. What's really exciting is the open source technology that's being built. And what's also really exciting is that technology, not only is it open source, but it's being designed to integrate and to be interoperable with other technologies. So I mentioned during my talk that Kinship Earth is collaborating with Spatial Network, which is a technology that's supporting with not only geographical or geospatial mapping, but also project ecosystem mapping and supporting resource and knowledge sharing amongst land-based projects and communities. And what I'm really excited about is the Planetary Party creating platforms for bioregional congressing. So I spoke about this during my talk. The concept of the Planetary Party, which is being downloaded all over the planet. People are so excited about this idea of celebrating to create a more beautiful world that our hearts know is possible, to quote Charles Eisenstein. But the idea is that we come together to celebrate, to activate our bioregions, to educate, to feature the different regenerative land-based projects and communities, and to invite people seeking communities, seeking opportunities to serve, to learn about those different land-based projects. But in addition to the celebration and the cultural exchange and the education and the hands-on regenerative permaculture action, we also fundraise collectively. Each of us invite donors in our network to come together to share their resources, and those resources, the idea is for them to serve as a pool for the grassroots local leaders to decide collectively how to deploy that capital. So I'm fundraising with Kinship Earth right now to be able to resource these thought leaders, these practitioners, these change makers in the space who have deep knowledge on governance and coordination frameworks and technologies to support that, so that we can create frameworks to support bioregions with making decisions collectively around how to distribute that capital. So the Planetary Party is an invitation to collaborate with organizations and groups that see a future where we're working together collectively to deploy funds in service of the places we call home.